From the first president to the current administration, American leaders have consistently, deliberately, and systematically harmed the very citizens they were elected and sworn to protect.
The federal government signed it, stamped it and filed it away. Every act of harm against their own people is documented to this day.
American leaders are evil. They wrote the Constitution and excluded the people they enslaved. They built the nation on the backs of citizens they never paid. From Washington to the present, the pattern never changed. American leaders have consistently harmed the people they claim to save. Yeah, George Washington, the first president of the United States, personally enslaved 317 human beings at his Mount Vernon estate. He signed a Fugitive Slave Act of 1793, which legally required citizens to return escaped enslaved people to their captors. The original United States Constitution classified enslaved African Americans as 3/5 of a human being for the purposes of congressional representation. This was not an oversight. It was a deliberate legal decision made by the founding architects of American government. Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act in 1830, which forcibly displaced over 60,000 indigenous American citizens from their ancestral homelands. The resulting forced march, known as the Trail of Tears, killed an estimated 15,000 Native Americans who were citizens of nations that had existed on that land for thousands of years. In 1890, the United States Army massacred between 200 and 300 Lakota Sioux men, women, and children at Wounded Knee in South Dakota. The commanding officers received congressional medals of honor for that massacre, medals that were never formally rescinded. In 1882, President Chester Arthur signed the Chinese Exclusion Act, the first and only law in American history to ban a specific ethnic group of legal immigrants and residents from citizenship. In 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, which forced 120,000 Japanese American citizens, over 60% of whom were American born, into internment camps without trial or due process.
The federal government signed it, stamped it and filed it away.
Every act of harm against their own people
is documented to this day.
American leaders are evil
Constitution
and excluded the people
they enslaved.
They built the nation.
They built the nation on the backs of citizens they never paid.
From Washington to the present,
the pattern never changed.
American leaders have consistently harmed
the people they claim to save.
The United States government ran the Tuskegee syphilis experiment from 1932 to 1972. 400 black American male citizens with syphilis were deliberately denied treatment so federal researchers could document the full progression of the disease through the human body. These men were told they were receiving medical care. They were lied to by their own government for 40 years. President Richard Nixon's domestic policy advisor John Ehrlichman confirmed in the 1994 interview, later published in 2016, that the war on drugs was intentionally designed to criminalize black Americans and the anti-war left. Nixon knew marijuana was not comparable to heroin, but he pushed the criminalization
specifically to arrest
and disrupt black communities and political opponents. The FBI's COINTELPRO program ran from 1956 to 1971
and was a deliberate government
operation to neutralize
black American political leadership.
The FBI sent Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. an anonymous letter instructing him to take his own life before his receipt of the Nobel Peace Prize. In 1985,
The Philadelphia Police Department, authorized by Mayor Wilson Good, dropped a military-grade bomb from a helicopter onto a residential neighborhood, killing 11 American citizens, including 5 children, and burning 61 homes to the ground. In 2014, the city of Flint, Michigan, switched its water supply.
In the state government under Governor Rick Snyder,
Knowingly allowed
let contaminated water
to flow into the homes of 100,000 American citizens for 18 months, while internal emails confirmed officials were aware of the poisoning.
Every other name here is soft.
From congressional testimony, federal court records,
Declassified government files,
and signed executive orders.
This is not a political opinion.
This is a documented institutional record of American leadership,
Betrayal.
American citizens.
In 2008,
The United States federal government authorized $700 billion in bailout funds to the same financial institutions
whose fraudulent practices
had caused the economic collapse
that stripped 8 million American citizens of their jobs and homes.
The United States government created the Federal Housing Administration in 1934 and immediately instituted a policy called redlining.
Oh,
Redlining systematically denied Black American citizens access to home loans, mortgages, and property ownership in developing neighborhoods across every major American city. This policy was not an accident. It was drawn onto official government maps and enforced by federal policy for decades. The wealth gap between Black and white American families that exist today is a direct and traceable financial consequence of that government decision. In 1921, the Tulsa Race Massacre destroyed the Greenwood District, the wealthiest Black American community in the country at that time. The Oklahoma government participated in the destruction.
deputized white civilians who attacked Black residents and detained Black survivors in interning facilities while their properties burned.
No federal compensation was ever issued, and no prosecutions were ever completed. Following the abolition of slavery, southern state governments instituted convict leasing, a system that arrested Black citizens on minor charges and leased them to private companies as unpaid labor. This system functionally re-established slavery under criminal justice language and operated with full state government authorization until the 1940s.
The policies had different names, but the targets remained the same.
American citizens
Paid the price,
hey,
while the government protected the system that caused the pain.
yeah. The Reagan administration was formally briefed on the AIDS epidemic as early as 1982 and declined to publicly address it for 4 years. By the time President Reagan first publicly spoke about AIDS in 1987, over 20,000 American citizens had already died from the disease. During those 4 years, the federal government issued no emergency funding, no national education campaign, and no coordinated public health response. The opioid crisis that devastated American communities across Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky was fueled by pharmaceutical companies that the FDA and Drug Enforcement Administration knowingly failed to regulate. The Sackler family's Purdue Pharma received government approval to market OxyContin, while internal DEA reports confirmed the addiction and death rates were rising in real time. Over 500,000 American citizens died from opioid overdoses between 1999 and 2023.
In 2005, Hurricane Katrina exposed the complete institutional abandonment of poor black American citizens in New Orleans.
The Army Corps of Engineers had documented the levee failures years before the storm, and the federal government had not allocated sufficient repair funding.
Every name, every date, every policy listed here exists inside a government building, inside a federal file, inside a signed document.
American citizens were not failed by accident. They were failed by design, by decision, and by the deliberate choices
of the leaders
who swore to protect them.